Well, Clint, thank you so much for making the time to chat with me. As we go into it, please, if you can give us a brief introduction of who Clint is.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for the invitation and for your time and for taking the time out to have a chat with me. So my name is Clinton Myburgh, and I'm approaching the 50 mark. So I guess I'm reaching that second phase of life now where, we have to really get our heads down and say, what is it that I want to achieve with the next 7 to 10 years of my life,
right.
knowing that we're on the back nine now, right? So we've had the fun part where we get to learn about ourselves and what we're good at and what we're not that good at. And then the second part, I believe, is for us to really focus in, zoom in on that thing that we're really good at and add some value to the planet. So what is it about me? I come out of a corporate space. I was in the corporate space for 25 years, maybe.
Wow.
Somewhere around there. Yeah. Started helping people, I guess, when I was a young boy. I started as life-saving, as a young boy. And already then I thought to myself, what can I do to help other people? It was just in me. So when I came across Action Factory out in Johannesburg, teaching people about NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, and life coaching, essentially executive coaching, helping executives that are essentially in the same position that I am now, second phase of life. That's essentially where I ended up learning about NLP and how to actually learn how to help people. And that's me. That's me in a nutshell. Been doing it for a good going on 10 years now, NLP, and loving it all the way.
How does the Yes book come into play? I mean, Clinton Myburgh, where does Yes book come in?
So funny. That's still there. With these technologies, it asks you for your name at some point, and you put it in, and then you have a meeting with Rapula today, and I've never changed my name. So I was actually in a coaches work group, and the book, the name used to be Clint Notebook, as in laptop. And somebody asked me what that meant. And I said, the word no is not probably a good word. We're yes people. So let me change that to a yes book. And that's where the name comes from. Not relevant. It's a gimmick. I need to actually change that up. So thanks for that.
So technology gave you the name.
Kind of. I wanted to be a yes man, not a no guy. The nervous system cannot negate. I learned this at Action Factory. One of the smart hypnotherapists came into the room and he said, I want to just show you guys and girls that the mind's not capable of negating, in other words, thinking in the negative. And he said to us all, okay, here's what I want. I want you to not think about a pink elephant.
You know what happened?
Pink elephant. So there you go. So no more notebook. It's a yes book. We're going for the positive.
Awesome. Sounds incredible. So I know that you also went through, like you're saying, the main NLP training with Dion. Is there anything else, any other learning that you did that would account for getting you here as a coach and giving you the skills that you have now and you use now as a coach?
Oh wow, yeah. So Dion out at Action Factory, he's he puts a lot of effort into his coaching. He's been doing this a long time. So he doesn't just coach people; he actually teaches coaches how to become coaches, which is amazing. So fortunate to have come across him. And I saw people in corporate really, really taking a beating, just dealing with life, trying to understand and unpack this thing called life. And Rapula, I've actually lost count the number of people that I've been in very, very close proximity to, where they've had heart failures. Some people have taken their lives, strokes. It's just been gut wrenching for me to actually experience and watch this. It's been rough. So what I did was I actually went into the industry to say, what is it that I need to actually learn and master and get better at in order to help people in a more scientific fashion. So that's where the NLP came in, neuro-linguistic programming. Since then, I've been practicing and studying. I work with my mentor, Steyn Rossouw. He's taking me through the hypnotherapy stuff. And once I've done that and I've got my mind wrapped around it really well, I'll go back to Action Factory and actually do a certification just to get the nuts and bolts. Both Steyn Rossouw and Dion Groenewald at Action Factory are experts in hypnotherapy So I tend to lean onto that.
Mm.
NLP Masters, I've just finalized my training for that, and I'm busy with my master's exams.
Wow.
That's going to be taking me a little bit longer than I anticipated. Why did I do that? Well, most of my clients are in corporate. They're leaders. They've got MBAs and some. So they've been in the game a long time. So I always thought to myself, with my imposter syndrome, am I good enough to help these guys? You know, multi-million-dollar corporations that they're running. Who am I to say that I can help them? Well, the Masters really puts you in a different position, doesn't it? It takes everything that you've learned as a practitioner and just teaches you how to use these tools in a completely open fashion. So you actually build and manufacture NLP techniques on the fly, real time with your clients. So amazing. And of course, I spend a minimum of 30 to 60 minutes every day skilling up, whether that's paying attention to my mentors online. I follow a lot of people online, the Hubermans of the world and the Petersons of the world, just soaking it up, getting the knowledge, making sure I'm staying ahead of the curve, and making sure that I keep myself up to date with what's going on in the world of neuroscience and human behavior and human performance. So never ever stop growing. It's a daily activity for me.
Yeah. And that is so fascinating, studying how the human brain works and processes information. It's just incredible, the things that are out there. Wow. So you spoke about professionals. Is that your main focal area?
Yeah. I actually started the journey out helping people one-on-one, like you and me right now. And what I discovered was I'm not going to be able to help enough people at this trajectory with the time that I've got left on the planet. So how can I resolve that? Well, I could go into the place called corporate, the thing that I've got 25 good years of experience in, and I can go and help those people in a group fashion. So we do group work now. We specialize at Steyn Rossouw and Associates. We've actually developed an amazing diagnostic. We actually go into businesses and we can measure, identify, and tell you exactly where your human performance friction lies. We can measure it. Once you can measure something, you can manage it. And then we have very, very specialized sort of programs that we actually deploy into these organizations, and we just mature their people as we go. And our mission is to transform as many lives as we can by 2035. Our mission is to have changed 1 million lives at least. So we're on it. We're on it.
And I'm assuming that is together with Steyn Rossouw. I see that you have similar corporate logos there.
Oh yes, you'll see these cool things. Yeah, so the Ziegler brand, along with Action Factory. Oh, thank you. Along with the Action Factory, of course, with our studies and our formal education. The Ziegler Corporation, as you may or may not know, the great Zig Ziglar, he's passed on now, but his son Tom Ziegler actually heads up the Ziegler Corporation now. And what's really, really fascinating and very fortunate for myself is that Tom, the son of the great Zig Ziglar, is actually a mentor, friend, and coach to my mentor, Steyn Rossouw. So I really think that I've got a slight advantage in the world of coaching in having sort of inroads to Zig Ziglar and his son Tom.
That's right. Yeah.
Fascinating. It's structured, it's processed, and it's been tested, for over 30 years. And we just keep it up to breath, keep making it better, keep testing it in the real world, and keep adjusting and adapting as the world evolves. So do our programs. Absolutely.
Awesome. Zig Ziglar, Tom Ziegler, their organization is big on leadership. And I think that's one of the things that are very needed today. Leadership and properly doing it, to help the people around us, to help the leaders around us, corporate and otherwise. So thank you for choosing to go that route.
Absolutely. No, and it starts with self-leadership. That's what people don't realize is leadership actually starts with self. Nobody's going to follow somebody that they don't feel confident in and they don't trust. So if you're not a confident person that people will trust, you're not going to get them to lead, and you're not going to get them to follow you. And if you're not leading yourself, people are not going to see that quality in you as a leader, and they're not going to follow you. And if they do, it's going to be under duress. The great Ziggs had a really, really great slogan, if you want to call it a slogan. He said that you can actually have anything you want in life if you'll just help enough other people get what they want.
Wow.
Here's the caveat. everybody involved must benefit. So whatever you're
Yes.
going for in life, if everybody involved is going to benefit, tick, go for it. I love
Amazing.
that saying.
And
I live like that. So what, yeah,
if we just grasp that, because all too often I want to win and everybody else must lose. We don't realize that's not how it works.
yeah, it's not a race where there's a winner and a loser. The mission is
Yeah,
how can we help others and how many can we help and how big a help can we be? That's actually the mission because just by simply helping others get what they want, our life is going to be better. Those people's lives are going to be better. And the people's lives that they touch are going to be better.
it's gonna be better.
Here's the thing, Rapula, each of us know 100 people, don't we?
Mm,
We all know 100 people. And those 100 people, they also know 100 people.
Ooh,
Change one person's life, you've changed 1,000 lives, man.
wow.
Let's get
Wow.
going.
Wow, this is awesome. So, is there a moment in your coaching life, or in your life in general, where you have felt this is a turning point, or this is the big moment that has happened in my life that has changed me, or changed my coaching, or just changed, my life in general in a different trajectory? Is there any moment that you can think about that has happened like that in your life, in your coaching?
I can't actually pinpoint a single one, but it happened too often where I was mentioning earlier to you that I've actually witnessed with my own eyes
Yeah.
people suffering massive, massive breakdowns. I'm talking about taking their own lives. I'm
Mm.
talking about heart attacks. I'm talking about strokes. These are things that I just wasn't okay with. I mean, the story is so sad, Rapula. I won't mention the company's name, but the guy actually got up from his desk, made it neat, pushed his chair in, made his desk look perfect, and then he ended his life. Man,
Oh.
that just blew it crushed me. And then
Mm.
another colleague of mine also, we were working well together. I didn't see the signs, and he just didn't come to work. He was gone for ages. When he did come back, he had suffered a stroke. He had suffered a breakdown. And what did he say when he came back to me? He said, Clint, here's what I've learned. He was the same age as me. We were actually much younger. And his coach said to him, Clint, this is what I've learned from my coach. He said, relationships are either good or bad. Do not hold on to a bad relationship. It can
Mm.
be with a person, that can be with a job, and it can be with your
Wow.
environment. Make
Wow.
sure your environment is lifting you up. If it is not, it is going to hurt you over time. So
Yeah.
be very, very strict with your relationships, be very, very strict with your environment, and be very, very strict with your time.
Mm.
Be intentional. Be
Yeah.
intentional with those. So yeah,
Wow.
I think I wouldn't say it was a single. I don't think it was a single event. I think it was a culmination of these things
Yeah.
adding up. Eventually, I said, "That's it."
Mm.
I just can't. I can't watch these people suffering anymore. What is it that I can do
Yeah. Yeah.
to go back into corporate now and help change these lives? So yeah,
Amazing.
I think that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And earlier, you and I spoke about taking time off, especially going on sabbatical, and you also spoke about leading self. I mean, self care is one of those things that can help us. I don't know if you agree. That can help us to prepare us so that we can give even more. But don't we sometimes keep going and keep going and keep going, pushing at something that is actually
Totally.
hurting us, and the result is we are also hurting the people around us.
Absolutely. What do they say about that old cliche? They say if an airplane does ever end up in emergency, what's the
Mm,
first thing you got to do when the oxygen mask comes down? You've got
that's
to
right.
put it on your own face first. And I
Yeah.
was worried about that. I thought, gee, that's selfish. And then I realized that if I'm dead, who's going to be helping everybody else? So you got to take care of yourself, man. You've just got to
Yeah.
take care
Yeah.
of yourself.
Yeah.
And as a servant leader, I always want to help others. If
Yeah.
you have a look at my behavior style, if you have a look at my communication style, if you use a disc model, for instance, I measure extremely high on the I side. So I'm an
Wow.
influencer and a D for dominance. I'm very
Mm,
influential and very dominant. What does that mean? I love people. I
yeah.
love being extrovert. I love being out there. But it also means that I love it when people get it right and they're
Yeah.
winning and they're
Hmm.
happy. So when that's not happening, I feel like something's not right in me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you end up pushing too hard to help others and forgetting about self.
Yeah.
So we've got
Ooh.
to sometimes take a break, look at what's going on, and say how much time and how intentional am I being about self? how am I taking care of myself? How?
Mm.
I don't want evidence, Clint. Clint, where's your evidence, boy? So I had to ask myself for evidence. And, using the processes that we use now, there's eight different things that we measure every single day. And one of them is self-care.
Yeah.
Got to tick it off every day with my writing hand.
Yeah.
Tick it off. Yes, I've done self-care, my 25-minute block, done. And that's usually quiet time reflecting.
Yeah. Yeah. Amazing. So, Clint, is there anything else that you'd love to add to this conversation as we come to a conclusion?
I think we've covered some cool topics. One thing that does come to my mind is, again, I have to go back to Zig, the great Zig. He did say that, because a lot of people out there are wondering how to get going, how to start. I've got these great dreams. I've got great aspirations. How do I get there? I'm not good enough. Here's what the great Zig said. He said, you do not have to be great to start. But you do have to start to be great. What's the first step you're going to take? That's it.
Get started. Love it.
Michelangelo said something very, very similar. He said the greatest danger for most of us is not that we set our aim too high and miss. It's that we set our aim too low and we hit the target.
Wow.
Don't aim low. Don't aim low. Go big.
Yeah.
Shoot for the stars. You might end up landing on the moon. That's fine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Clint, this has been amazing. Lots of wisdom that I believe that anyone who's watching this can pick up from. And thank you for sharing the things that you have learned and your journey with coaching and in life in general. Keep going. There's many people that we have to help. So let's keep doing this, my brother. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you, Rapula, and thank you for the work that you're doing. I know that the work you do in relationships, especially marriage, is huge. This world is suffering in that space specifically. So thank you for the work that you're doing, and let's keep going. Don't forget to aim high.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a good one.
Stay well, Rapula. Cheers.